Hi guys, Ryu here. Hey guys, Ryu here. Let's continue with this truck, and well, we're getting close to finishing it really. There's not many details I would like to put on this one. In fact, I think it's time to start reviewing all the elements and make sure that everything is, peachy. So what I usually do with meshes, right, is evaluate whether they everything is consistent and the shading is fine, and if there are no artifacts, etc. So I'm literally checking piece by piece, and there are not too many elements in this mesh, and we might actually find some issues that we need to fix. So let's organize ourselves a little bit in here because it's a bit of a mess, right? So let's select everything that's in this scene and move it into collection. Okay, so it's in the main collection here, right? And then we got the backup here, which we don't really need, so we could just delete it, because we really don't need it. We thought we might need it, but we don't, so just delete it. And these are the cutters, right? So I think only cutters in here. Yep, there's no mesh. Cool. Sometimes mesh is sneaking into cutters area, so and make sure they they turn off in render. Anyway, let's get back to our mesh here. Let's create a new save because we cleaned our scene, and we're actually going to split this into parts. Okay, so we're going to go to top view and select these and select these. Okay, and these are wheels, right? So we're going to drop them into new collection and wheels, all right, or suspension, whatever you want to call it, and just put it above cutters. Okay, so that's wheels. And I also want to drop this one. Wait a minute, wait, there's a double G in here. Let me see this. Yeah, it looks like it's a double geo here. Oh no, not double geo. This needs to move to wheels as well. So hang on a second. Let's hide it for a sec. No, it's not a double geo. It's actually not been selected. So move to wheels. That's fine. And this one also should be moved to wheels. So wheels. There you go. And quite frankly, this one as well. Okay, so wheels. All right. And there's a chassis, so chassis is fine. I mean, chassis and the wheels. So, okay. So now let's go literally one by one and have a look, right? So, first of all, we don't need to worry about not applying these because we have so many saves, so we can always recall this. These tires from previous saves. Just check if everything is fine. Everything looks peachy, so H to hide it. And this piece, nothing special about it, right? Let's bring it to local. We can simply apply all the just run a smart apply on it. Okay, and everything seems fine, so H to hide it. This piece, bring it to local, and let's examine it, and everything is peachy. There are no crazy shading issues, artifacts and whatnot, right? Everything looks good. We got some lovely chamfers going on in here. Everything seems fine. Here everything is clean. Perfect. So H to hide it. Now this one will need some closer inspection. Probably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the mudcap here to something a bit more crazy. So, and inspect it a little bit closer. Like you see, there's a breakage in here, and this is expected because this really should be falling down here, right? Not here. Whoa. All right. So even this one is not really desired. So probably the best way to run this would be literally like this. I don't really know if this is gonna hold, but we could try, because this should go straight down really to support the shading. In fact, what we can do is let's just go to studio lighting for a second, and what we could do is run this down. So press C. C will not work that well, so K, and literally run it down to here. I think this is the perfect place to drop it. And then let's see how the curvature looks, right? So let's go back to this matcap. Yeah, it fixed it a little bit. It's not perfect, yeah. Now the reason for this is basically the N-gun is just freaking massive, right? So what you could do, like I said before, you could simply break it, right, like this, okay? Okay, and this, you see, will fix most of the problems usually. There's still a little bit of breakage in here. This one is probably not the best idea here, so GG, move it up here. GG, move it up here, and probably what we're gonna do is, you know, dissolve this, right, and leave it like this. You see, it's fixed, and you could go around the mesh and fix all of them in the same fashion. So for example, instead of this here, you know, you could create something like this, right? It's gonna be probably better. But you see, this N-gun again is just gigantic, right? So maybe running something like this would be more beneficial for the mesh, right? There you go. But it's still got shading problem here, so might leave this triangle alone. Same here, you know, this really should be going straight up, you know, like this, right? More or less, okay? It's not perfect, but more or less. And you know, like I said, size of these these elements here is just so big that you need to break it, you see. So using this matcap, the geometry doesn't really matter as long as the shading holds. Remember, it's a hard surface. This is not going to bend. See, there's some issue in here. Again, N-gun is massive. So what we could do again is just break it in half, right? Just break it in half. See, it's gonna relax it. And this is how you fix these problems, right? And you could go around all these mesh, and this is a disaster here, right? So we probably should just run it, you know, all the way down here, and maybe just do something like this. Probably gonna be more better for this one here. So we could remove this bit, and this should hold. See, it holds. Mind you, you're never gonna be perfect, but you know, you can get close to perfect, right? And you know, this is a really unforgiving matcap. I mean, it's not as unforgiving as, for example, the stripe one, because you could use this one, right? This one is really crazy, these two. But this one is, you know, good enough to check if you actually, you know, your mesh is holding. And this one is holding pretty well in here. You can see like some kind of crazy distortions. This is actually pretty decent. The lighting goes through. And we fix this one. This one is more important because it's outside, right? It's the outer part. So we got some, you know, breakages in here and there, but generally it's pretty decent. So I'm pretty happy with this one. So, you know, just be good. And lots of chamfers here. Everything is lovely. There is no chamfer in the bottom, and I think we should have one. So just for the hell of it, so let's run one, okay, shall we? So let's select these, and you know, just run the chamfer here. A small one, doesn't have to be a big one, okay? Just the same size as in the top, so actually even smaller than that. So something like this would do. And just make sure that everything is okay, you know, that there are no problems. Everything seems to be fine. So the chamfers all around here, perfect, good. That's perfect, right? So let's hide it, and you know, this one is okay. We will need to break this somewhat, so we're gonna come back to modeling this part. In fact, all the circles gonna have to be broken a bit because they're a bit too circular. Well, we could break them with decals, and by breaking them, I mean breaking the monotonous, you know, perfect circular surface. I mean, you can have circles, but you know, it just gets a bit repetitive and sort of you know, a bit boring. So you want to break them just a tiny bit, right? Now let's select these and press F, and then Control plus and Q, and mark it, and then we're going to shift 1. No, that didn't work. So I mean shift tilde, sorry. Yeah, this key is not being mapped. So what we're gonna do is go here, select, and boundary loops, and remark it, right? And remark it as well. Perfect. And now we can delete these loops because we don't really need them. Okay. And then we're going to select these with Shift and Alt and chamfer them. Yeah, because we do need chamfers here, right? Now we got some problems in here, and the reason is probably caused by the angle. So we're gonna switch the simply bevel is not being caught in here because the angle is too gentle. So we can either change the angle of the bevel, but easier thing to do is just simply switch to weight and enjoy our life. Okay, so this is all connected and chamfered. Now this should be chamfered. I think this one is actually inside of the mesh, so it doesn't really matter. Although this one, you know, isn't, and I think this should be chamfered, right? So let's run the chamfer on this one here. Okay, and let's reduce this bevel because it's insane. And let's grab this one and do the same thing here. So let's simply run the chamfer all around this mesh here, like this. Let me see this. We need to mark this sharp and mark this sharp. There we go. All these tiny details are important. Now we should run some chamfers in here as well, to be honest, right? So let's just select this really quickly and run some chamfer here. Now make sure you're not going to make it bigger, too big, so it doesn't collide with anything. And we're gonna have to fix this. Okay, so we cannot have 2 of these running in here like that. Also this one is a little bit too close, so GG and move it outside from the bevel area. This is gonna be causing problems because of the double verts, so just merge them here and also do the same thing here, so merge them, right? And this one is too close, you see it's going on the bevel area, so GG and just move it up and you're good. Now something weird happened in here, so let's see what's going on in here. Probably this one is too close. Nope. Maybe this one needs to be straight. I mean marked, sorry. Now what's going on in here? Let's clean it with machine, there we go. And let's actually select this edge and mark it sharp. There you go. Same here. We need to mark sharp this one. So mark and Bob's your uncle. And everything is peachy. Now there is some kind of an issue in here. Fascinating. This should be probably somewhere here. Oh, there was a double edge. Dissolve edge. Ah, now I see the light. I was wondering what's causing this. Is it just a simply double edge? GG. GG. And combine. I mean, dissolve this. There you go. You don't really need this. You know, this is unnecessary, right? I mean, we could use a support loop, you know where. We could use a support loop here. So I could create a cut like this from a view, right? Here, okay? And press K and slice it, okay? And this is gonna create a support loop all around here, and this is gonna be much more beneficial. This should be, you know, marked sharp. Now we cannot muck about because remember we are running bevels on mark sharp, so all these edges need to be marked sharp properly, right? And beveled. So alright, that's good. So H to hide it. And let's actually hide this collection because it's confusing me. I just want to stick with the wheels. Also turn the cutters off because they also confusing me. This one is already chamfered, so hide it. This one was fixed, right? Yes, so hide it. And this one now, Well, same story, right? There's a bevel in here, there's a chamfer in here. This one really could use a bevel, because this one doesn't even have a bevel. And also could use a chamfer, so where is it? Here, right? So select this and, you know, Control B and select this one. Let me see this one as well. So Control B and chamfer a bit, and they both should be chamfered now. Yes, yeah, cool. So H and grab this one to local, and let's see, same story here, right? So let's clean this up. Okay, so Control plus to expand it, unmark this, and we will need both of them. So unmark this, and then simply let me just reassign this shortcut here. So assign shortcut, shift tilde. So shift tilde and mark them here, and you know, mark these, and then we're going to run a knife here, so across, and remove all these disasters. These bottom ones are not too bad, but the ones on the top are horrible. So now let's select these again, and then Control plus and shift tilde in edge mode. So go to edge mode, shift tilde. It didn't work. Okay, so let's select these all around here. And Control B and chamfer it. That was a bit crazy, so let's make it just a little bit smaller, so it's more machined-like. There you go. Now these are inside, so we don't have to worry about it. Perfect. So the rest of it is peachy. Hide it. Cool. Now these ones, right? Let's go to local, and again we need to inspect the shading here. I think the shading is holding pretty well, but you know, you never know. So just check it. There's some breakage here. Let me see this. Oh yes. What we're gonna do here, right, is GG and move it a little bit here, and just run a knife across here. And this should help the situation a lot. Okay. I have no idea how this one is holding, but it's holding, so I'm not gonna bother it. I'm gonna remove this edge here. We don't need it. And the rest looks more or less okay. How it's on the other side. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, this part here is a little bit worrying me. So what we're gonna do is remove these two and simply run this edge this way. Okay, it's probably gonna be better. All right, so that will do. Let's turn off the shadow. Oh, shadow is off. Let's go to local and let's just inspect it closely. Yeah, so chamfers here, chamfers in the bottom. Everything is peachy. Here is a little bit of kind of like a wobbly situation. So what we're gonna do, the shading in this area is kind of, you know, strange. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just simply run support loops, okay, like this, right? So one here. Oh, in fact, I think we could just run it like this. There we go. So one here and one here, and simply connect them like this, okay? So K and K, and just connect these two here, J and J. And this should fix the shading in the middle. It was a little bit weird here in the middle. I'm not really, you know, just gonna be visible, but there's some breakage here, so probably the verts are too close or something. I'm guessing. Try to move this one up a little bit and see what's gonna happen. That will fix it. Same on the other side probably. So just move it up. There you go. And let's see on the bottom. Bottom is fine. There's some breakage in here, but you know, that's kind of fine. What you could do is simply run a support loop like this if you wanted to. This is gonna relax this situation, but it's not really necessary. See in the bottom here too, we got a bit of a problem, but honestly, I just don't care because I can't see this. So don't add yourself unnecessary work, you know, if you don't have to, right? Okay. We could clean this a little bit, right? So, okay. Just a little bit. Like, you know, this stuff, we don't really need it here. This is gonna clean this this kind of breaks on the surfaces of the faces. And this looks clean, so hide it. And then, you know, these tires are copied, so we can hide it. It's always copied, right? So this all looks good. Hide it. And wait a minute, actually, let's go back. I wanted to check this. Yeah, there we go. There's some problem here that we haven't noticed. Wait a minute, this is not boolean yet. There's a bevel and a mirror. Wait a minute. Oh, it's mirrored from this side. Where is this issue? See, I don't see it in here, but I see it on this side. Fascinating. I think it's somewhere here. We have a problem here. GG. Combine these two. Done. There's some shading problem on this side. Again, this is just me being picky, okay? I mean, Shift 1, this should fix it. Move this one here, combine these two, and move this one away. Just, you know, we could leave it alone. That looks fine to me, so okay. Peachy. Hide it. And this one is fine. We're gonna break this anyway, so hide it. And then, you know, all the wheels are actually done, so Alt H to unhide the wheels. And we're gonna hide the wheels, and then we're gonna go to the chassis. And chassis gonna fix in the next video. So catch you next video, guys.